Hey guys, this is Tina Monk, the author of the Soap Making Handbook Volume 1 and the creator of the e-course Masterclass Advanced Soap Formulations. They are available at my website, naturalsudsandmore.com. I also have a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Tina Monk. I would really appreciate your support on there. That would be awesome. Thank you for all the support that everybody gives me all over the board. It's just, you guys are awesome. And you guys are why I keep doing what I'm doing and helping and making videos. And, you know, I'm here to serve you and do whatever I can to make soap making, make your, life easier. Like, I want to be able to do whatever I can. Okay, so this is the last video in the beginner soap making series. It is what you need to know before you think about starting a business in soap making. This is not how to start a business. This is not about that at all. This is just some insights to help you from me, who's been doing this for quite a few years. So I know, and there's so many new soap makers that are joining my Facebook group, Soap Making and Business Coaching. We have over 24,000 people in the group right now, which is totally amazing and awesome. I appreciate you guys so much for being there and just, making it such a supportive group. And it's, I learn every day and I'm inspired every day in my own group. And you guys are just amazing. And so this video, we're just going to go over some things that are going to help you and some things that you should think about down the road. If you are brand new to soap making, please go back to the beginning of this series and watch them all. There will be 20 videos total in this series. I do have it in a playlist. So if you go to my channel and then you click on playlists, you'll be able to click on the beginner soap making series right there. And also in my Facebook group, in the pinned post, we have all kinds of information right there, and I do have a link to the beginner series playlist. Okay. So right now, if you are just beginning to make soap, if you just getting into this and you're thinking maybe down the road you might want to start a business, it's great. It can be a really great source, a second income for a lot of people. It takes time to build up anything. So if you're thinking down the road that you want to do this, I highly recommend that you get a couple years of experience first before you take this to a business. And that's for several reasons. And the biggest reason is for you, so that you can get the experience that you need. And that is just going to help you later down the road. It's going to help your customers get a better experience. Soap making is such a vast area to learn. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a few years and I still learn stuff, all the time. I mean, like each new batch is, you can learn something new in it. It's not something that you just make soap a couple times and then you know everything and then you can just go on and sell it. It's one of those things that it's complicated. There's so much to it. There's the science of it. That's one of the reasons why I break it all down in my book, the Soap Making Handbook Volume 1. So, and also I break down individual parts in this series too to help you. There's so much to learn. And I really recommend giving yourself that time to learn, to experiment, to try new things. Just learn as much as you can. That is the biggest point I want to make, but it's going to take time to learn all of that stuff. So, start with one thing. That's what I highly recommend. Start with one thing, learn it, get used to it, get good at it, and then move on to something else. I don't recommend trying to learn how to make all the soaps, different types of soaps in 1 week. Like me, I put off liquid soap making for a long time. I started with hot process, and in the beginning I didn't like it, and I was like, and like none of it, like I just didn't like how the videos were that were out there. I didn't like it. So I went into cold process, and I did that for quite a few years, and then I was like, okay, let's tackle this hot process thing. And I figured out my own way to do it, my own way of making it fluid so that it was actually workable. And that's why a lot of my videos are focused on the hot process, the fluid hot process, because of that. In the liquid soap making, that is a completely different animal. So that took some time to learn as well. And, cream soap, there's all different types of soaps, and it takes a really long time to learn it all, to get good at it all. So don't get down on yourself ever. It's a process. It takes time to learn all of this. It really does. Okay. But even in your learning phase, when you are practicing, you're going to find different recipes. Like in the beginning, I recommend not trying to create your own recipes, just starting to get used to the process. Try a simple recipe, get used to it, get a feel for the process, and then later on down the road, you are going to want to make your own recipes. You're going to want to make soap to your niche, to your creativity. You're going to let, that stuff come out. But in the beginning, I, highly recommend just focusing on learning the process and getting used to it. Okay. And the Facebook groups are a really good way to, learn more, to fast track your success. And I highly, highly recommend investing in your learning. And I know, for me, I wouldn't have been where I have, in my soap making. I wouldn't be where I am in business if I didn't invest in my learning. And that's something that's huge. Buying the books, helping, coaches, teachers, however you learn best, do it. That is just gonna help you in the future, so much. And also, you can take all these years to learn something, or, you can learn from somebody that's already done it and is willing to share that knowledge, and that fast tracks your success. So you don't have to do years and years of trial and error, because somebody's already done that for you and they're teaching it and giving you that knowledge. So and that is just, it's just huge, and I appreciate everybody that gives, their knowledge and shares it. And, buying their books to support them, or supporting them on Patreon, or, whatever it is, so that they can continue to do this. So, there's so many soap making teachers out there. There's, that you can reach out to, and it's, and that's one of the great things about the Facebook groups, is that you have access to a lot of the, the soap makers that have been doing this for a long time, and they can help you. And, it's such a great tool to be able to reach out to people like that. Okay. But let's talk about some of the books, and things that I highly recommend that you have. Of course, I'm going to recommend mine, the Soap Making Handbook Volume 1. This one right here. This is also the print copy that is available on lulu.com. And it is 250 pages, very, very thick. The color copy, which is very pricey to print on there, is available, but it's quite a bit more. And that's just because of their printing costs. You can buy the ebook and then print it yourself. So you can do that, or you can buy the print copy from Lulu. And that is a print-on-demand service. So that way, once you buy the book, then they print it and then they ship it to you. So in the US, it's about an 8-day process for that. But it's worth it if you like having the hard copy of the book. Another book that is a little bit harder to read, but has some really great information, is the Scientific Soap Making book by Kevin Dunn. He's done a lot of experiments and put them all in this book. It's really a great one to have. And I highly, highly recommend that you get these books by Marie Gale. Soap and Cosmetic Labeling. You are going to want that. You're going to need it. Get it. And also the book Good Manufacturing Practices for Soap and Cosmetic Handcrafters. Those two books by Marie Gale are a must-have, and you need to get familiar with the labeling and the good manufacturing practices now, because it can get confusing, and it's kind of one of those things that you really, really have to get a study into, okay? And most likely you're going to be using fragrance oils and essential oils in your soap. But one of the best books that I have found is this reference guide for essential oils. And it is by Connie and Alan Higley. It is a very, very great book. I've used it for making blends, research. It gives you so much information on each of the essential oils. And also essential oil safety. Robert Tisserand and Rodney Young is who did this one. It's a very thick book, but it is something that I recommend that you have on hand. Okay. You know, and there are several other resources for learning. Yes, we have the videos, you know, and you also have Brambleberry, their blog, the Soap Queen blog, Love and Soap. They have a great blog full of information. You know, it's just, there's so much information out there, and I just recommend that you take some time to really delve into this yourself. And however you learn best, you know what works best for you. If you prefer to read, if you prefer somebody to teach you, if you prefer, you know, to watch videos, if you learn best hands-on. I am a visual learner, and I learn best once I do it and my brain figures it out. So I've always done things a little bit differently than other people. I was one of those people that I was in class, you know, and the teacher would explain things, you know, and teach it, and I couldn't get it. It just never made any sense to me. So I would go home and I would go through it and teach it to myself until I understood it. And I knew that I learned differently. And, you know, not that that was bad, I know that the struggles and things, you know, so that's why I do all the different mediums, you know, like I have the book, I do the videos, just because I know that people learn differently. And however works best for you, you know, do that. And if you have questions, if you have anything for me, please leave them below. Ask in my Facebook group. People email me questions all the time. You know, I'm available for that. You know, I may not be able to get to you right away, but, you know, eventually I will get there. I know there's been some days where I've had dozens of people messaging me questions all at once. And I try to handle that as best and as quickly and as efficiently as I can. So, but, you know, I'm here to help you, to serve you, and to make this, you know, easier on you, and to give you the information and to share, you know, the things that I've done and to help you. You know, that's what this is about, is to help you. And that's why I highly recommend that you know, give yourself that time. I know, you know, at a bare minimum, I would say a year practice before you jump into the business. That's a bare minimum. But if you're not comfortable at that point, then, you know, wait. And I know some people feel like they've been making soap for 6 months and they want to, you know, start a business already. You know, it's highly going to depend on you. Like, you know what's best for you. Okay, I can't tell you what's best for you. You know what's best for you. I'm just giving you my recommendations, you know, and just trying to, you know, give you some direction, you know, to help you out as much as I can. So, you know, go over the FDA regulations, but do know that the FDA does not regulate true handcrafted soap, okay? Once you've made claims on those and it makes it a cosmetic, then yes, it is regulated by the FDA. So I always say no claims, okay? It's just soap, it just cleans, okay? No claims whatsoever. And I do go over that more in some of the first videos in the beginner series. So, you know, I hope that kind of explains it a little bit better. And to wrap it up, just give yourself that time to learn, give yourself that time to test your products, test them on yourself, give them to friends and family to test them out, try out, different recipes, just take things slowly, learn one thing and then move on to the next. Don't rush into this. It's exciting, and sometimes you start making soap and then like right away people are like, oh, this is awesome, you should sell it. And just, kind of step back from that and, kind of just be like, I'm not there yet, I'm not ready yet, I haven't done all this stuff. So, just take your time with it. We're here in the Facebook group for you. I'm here for you to help you as much as I possibly can. And once you are ready to get to that point to start a business, I have all kinds of information in the files of my Facebook group, Soap Making and Business Coaching. There's all types of, workbooks in there once you get to that point. Okay, because I am going to be doing a business series that's going to be going along with the Soap Making Handbook Volume 2, which is all going to be about the business stuff. And this is a huge project as well, so it probably will not get finished until next year. One of the biggest reasons is because I'm starting my new soap brand, Soaper Babe, and I'm going to be marketing to Comic-Con goers. So there is a whole lot of stuff that I'm doing that's new this year for that. So I'm really excited about all that stuff too. So thank you so much for watching this series. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, following my social medias. I appreciate the support so much, and really appreciate if you'd support me on Patreon too. That would be amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.